Hi TikTok. Hi everybody. Thanks for being here. I'll go ahead and make good on the title. Cat likely. There's the cat here. And let's make good on the fairy magic for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz and USA. So just wanted to do some magic to help support the campaign. I found my hat. It's still relevant for 3 more days. I found it just in time. And I lost my ballot. Well, I found my hat because I lost my ballot. Or I misplaced my ballot. My house is a mess. So, misplaced my ballot. I can still go in and vote in person. And not worried about whether or not I'll vote. But I would like to vote at home and just drop my ballot off the way it's designed to do. Mail-in voting is so awesome. We have 100% mail-in voting here in Colorado. So we can all just fill out our ballots at our leisure and drop them off. And the only unfortunate thing about that is I thought I knew exactly where it was, and then when I went to clean up yesterday, that spot where I thought it was not there. So, I'm going to clean up the house today. I was thinking about posting videos, but ran out of space on YouTube to post any more videos for the day. I thought, well, that's a good reason to go live, and I thought, a good time to go ahead and clean up the house. Because I was going to clean up the house to find my ballot, and that's going to be my main mission for the day until I have to go to work. But in the meantime, I wanted to sing a song, I guess, for Kamala, to do some fairy magic, so I'll do that. I'll sing Champion of Accomplishments, our Zelda song by Foxen. And it goes like this. And then I'll sing Cat Town probably, because Cat Town is also a good song, since all cats and all animals and all people and humans and life is for Kamala. And so we're going to bring all that together. But first I'll sing Champion of Accomplishments, just to anticipate the win. I think everyone's so anxious about what the second Trump's election will be like. They're not necessarily looking forward to the day after the election. But I think we should be planning like the biggest celebration, the new 4th of July, or bigger than the 4th of July. And looking forward to that. So I'll go ahead and sing Champion of Accomplishments by Foxen. Rising slowly up the tower, thrones fleeting out of your hand, throwing lightning bolts to open up the sky, with keys you drew out of the sand. Someone's waiting in the boss room. You've got the skill to bring him down. Please remember, before you level up, and take just one more look around, you're the champion of accomplishment. Champion of accomplishment. Champion of accomplishment. You're the champion of accomplishment. Champion of accomplishment. Champion of accomplishment. I think you'd better take this with you. It can help you on the way. All these tricks and traps and treasures are here to show you how to play. You're the champion of accomplishment. Champion of accomplishment. Champion of accomplishment. You're the champion of accomplishment. 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 Go Kamala. Go Cats. Go everybody. Kamala, nom. You've got my vote. Forward we go. Loving you is easy, colors like my dream. Red, black, and green. Red, black, and green. Well, I'm not singing Cat Town. So that was Champion of Accomplishments for just a celebrate in advance the upcoming Kamala win, the win for USA, the win for democracy over Trump and Trumpism. Hopefully we can put Putin's puppy in the pound, be rid of Trump for good and forever. And here's the song Cat Town, since there's a cat here. Cat Town by Foxen. Thanks for watching. So many roads take flight on both sides of the night. Our boat will pass them by on both sides of the night. And in between banks, we'll float on and pour out thanks that we'll get there if we just glide. Back down in Cat Town. Back down in Cat Town if you get there safely. Back down in Cat Town if you get there fine. Pink and gold and bright on both sides of the night. I think we stole away from sight on both sides of the night. And in between banks, we'll float on and pour out thanks that we'll get there if we just glide. If you go, you will find no one is around. If you can, they won't mind if you just back down. And in between days, our imagination plays with its wondrous selves, you and I. We never told these lies on both sides of the night until we passed two stone felines on both sides of the night. Back down in Cat Town. Back down in Cat Town if you get there safely. Back down in Cat Town if you get there fine. And that was Cat Town by Foxen. I'll sing one more. Just a quick celebration for the Kamala campaign for USA. A pre-celebration for the win. But looking forward to what I think will be bigger than the 4th of July. Our new Independence Day. It's even bigger than the 4th of July. When Kamala wins, and we know it for sure, and we know there's not anything that's going to stop it or mess it up. So, thanks. Go Kamala, go USA. Thanks everybody for voting. Don't forget to vote. And don't wait till the last minute, like I have to clean up my house to find my ballot, or else go and vote in person. So, I wish I'd been paying more attention. So, hopefully you'll pay attention. Go vote. Vote for Kamala. Vote for democracy. Vote to save the USA. And then this song is The Blue Fairy by Foxen. Say you want to be a real boy, so why run away from me? I'm the voice inside your head now. I'm your closest company. The blue fairy watches us with our own eyes, knows we'll grow out of our lives. The blue fairy makes us real when we believe we can escape from you and me. You smashed me when I tried to warn you, ignored my ghost along the way. Tricked into gold farming, they tied you to a tree until the fairy saved the day. The blue fairy watches us with our own eyes, knows we'll grow out of our lies. The blue fairy makes us real when we believe we can escape from you and me. They tried to hide you in a donkey skin and ears. They tried to hide you in a whale. They tried to hide you in a puppet show of fears, pinned inside a splintered jail. The blue fairy watches us with our own eyes, knows we'll grow out of our lives. The blue fairy makes us real when we believe we can escape from you and me. Thanks. I'll do one more thing before I shut down the live. So I did promise some magic, so a selection at random of TikTok of Oz for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz and USA and our victory coming up. It's a nice picture, I believe, of Betsy Bobbin to look at before reading what turns out to be either the end of, we'll just read them both. The end of chapter 11, the beginning of chapter 12, the lovely lady of light. If that's not a sign that Kamala will win, I don't know what is. The two girls followed Irma out of the hall and through the gardens of the residence to a village of pretty dwellings. None of these was so large or imposing as the castle of the private citizen, but all were handsome enough to be called palaces, as in fact they really were. And now I'll read you the beginning of chapter 12, The Lady of Light, which also has a picture for Kamala, for the voting season, for saving America and democracy. And this is what we get. The lovely Lady of Light. The palace of the Queen of Light stood on a little eminence and was a mass of crystal windows, surmounted by a vast crystal dome. When they entered the portals, Irma was greeted by 6 lovely maidens. I'm just going to say before I get to that part. The crystal dome, a mass of crystal windows. I guess the Capitol looked like it did back when he wrote Tik Tok of Oz in 1914. I guess it had a dome on it. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think so. It wasn't a crystal dome, but I love the crystal dome. It makes me think of transparency in government and something different, something new, something special. The future. A massive crystal window surmounted by a vast crystal dome. When they entered the portals, Irma was greeted by 6 lovely maidens, evidently of high degree, who at once aroused Betsy's admiration. And again, there's Betsy. Each bore a wand in her hand, tipped with an emblem of light. Again, these are all 6 girls, all partly rulers or helping rule this place. There's their picture. If you can make it out. Which, again, good sign for Kamala, good sign for America, good sign for democracy. But this is the page of this book, Tik Tok of Oz, that I turn to for a sign for the upcoming election. So here we go. Each bore a wand in her hand, tipped with an emblem of light, and their costumes were also emblematic of the lights they represented. So they tell you what they are. There's an honest representation or a genuineness to them. Again, different than the way government used to be, but the way government will be in a few days. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for voting. Thanks for supporting Kamala. Each bore a wand in her hand, tipped with an emblem of light, and their costumes were also emblematic of the lights they represented. Irma introduced them and her guests, and each made a graceful and courteous acknowledgement. Cutesy and demure. First was Sunlight. Oh, I've got to read more than just one page of this now that I know what page I'm on. First was Sunlight, radiantly beautiful and very fair. The second was Moonlight, a soft, dreamy damsel. A soft, dreamy damsel with nut-brown hair. Next came Starlight, equally lovely, but inclined to be retiring and shy. These 3 were dressed in shimmering... next page. These 3 were dressed in shimmering... While I'm turning the page, you can feel free to use your thumbs as well. Robes of silvery white. The 4th was Daylight, a brilliant if any. I don't mean to be suggestive. If any. The 4th was Daylight, a brilliant damsel with laughing eyes and frank manners, who wore a variety of colors. Then came Firelight, clothed in fleecy, flame-colored robe, that wavered around her shapely form in a very attractive manner. The 6th maiden, Electra, was the most beautiful of all, and Betsy thought from the first that both Sunlight and Daylight regarded Electra with envy and were a little jealous of her. But all were cordial in their greeting of the strangers and seemed to regard the Queen of Light with much affection, for they fluttered around her in a flashing, radiant group. She led the way to her regal drawing room. Again, turning to the first page of chapter 12, and I haven't read this book in a long time. Chapter 11 is the famous Fellowship of Fairies. There's Tik Tok himself, right there. the Machine Man. So I haven't read this book in a long time, so I think it is good bibliomancy, good sign, and as intended when I started this live, just a good little celebration for the upcoming victory for Kamala and democracy in America. So thanks for being here, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. And thanks also again to my cat, and to all cats, and to all beings, all sentient beings all around the world and universe. Help and support Kamala. Thank you so much. Love you. See you soon.